Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to another fabulous week of English 101. We are nearing the end, if you can believe that. I'm going to keep the video a little shorter today. I managed to dislocate my jaw over the weekend, so talking hurts a little bit. And one of my kids managed to pick up the flu, so she's throwing up in the bathroom. So this will be quick. But I did want to touch base with you guys to make sure we're all on the same page. We knew what needed to happen so we can all be successful, which is what we want as we head into Project 3, which is our final project for the quarter. Guys, we're there. We're almost there. Final project. It's very exciting. So on this last day of February, you're going to be looking at the cultural analysis PowerPoint located in the module. So we are all done with the Project 1 folder. We're all done with Project 2 folder. Pop into Project 3 folder. That's where we're going to be spending our time for the last little bit of time we have together. So check into the Project 3 PowerPoint recorded lecture. We'll walk you through kind of this genre of writing in cultural analysis, why it's valuable, how we might use it in this prompt, and applications elsewhere outside of English 101. Because everything I have you do in this class, I don't want it to just help you in English 101. I want it to help you other places too, whether that's in other academic classes you have to take, or if it's in a context outside of school, whether it's work, or just being able to read critically through news and media and stuff to be able to come up with your own understanding of a situation and then articulate that understanding in a clear and concise way. These are all really valuable skills. You're also going to be looking at the Project 3 prompt and case list. It feels like we're front-loading this a little bit, but because Project 3 is kind of research heavy, I'm trying to give you all the information you need up front, which is going to be kind of a lot of information this week. And then the next couple weeks are set aside for you to really dig into that research and find the kind of articles you need. So it may feel like information overload this week, but that is designed to help equip you as you start your researching in the coming days, because you're going to need to have a solid foundation in order to find those articles that will then support your analysis. So this week is that information dump, basically. You're going to view the PowerPoint Culture, Bias, and Justice, and we've got a great article. I try and give you a very useful article for each of our projects. That useful article is called Where Bias Begins, similar to the Leon Seltzer article in Project 1, where we talked about differences in justice and revenge, similar to the article about trial by media we did with Project 2, Where Bias Begins is going to be really helpful for Project 3. Then we're going to take the Implicit Bias Association test on Wednesday. This is a really interesting test put forward by Ivy League universities as a part of a research grant that they had to try and identify subconscious bias. So as we're looking at this prompt, we're going to be looking at conscious bias. We're aware of it. We know we have this bias. And subconscious bias. It's something that could be impacting our actions, but we're not really aware that it exists, which is the trickiest kind to deal with, because if you don't know it's there, how do you make informed decisions and maybe think critically about your actions and maybe consider changing actions? How do you do that if you don't know it exists? So really interesting implicit bias association test. I'm going to take you to the link here real quick. This test takes less than 5 minutes, which is a really quick speed test. So you're going to just tap keys really fast based on what images you see. So this first page says, I won't sue anybody if I don't like my test results, which is sad that they have to have that page, but what are you going to do? So you go ahead and click on that, and then you are going to pick one of these tests. Now, there is one test on this list that does not apply to the project we're doing. So please do not do the president's tests. It doesn't apply. It's not what we're looking for here. But all the other ones should work for you. So you could see if there's a subconscious bias dealing with different ages or sexualities or gender and careers. That looks at do you think men should have different careers than women, sort of thing. Gender and science looks at that same kind of thing between do we think that men are better at science than women, sort of thing. There's a weight one, there's Arab Muslim nationality against other nationalities, Asian nationalities, transgender. Weapons doesn't really work either. So don't do weapons, don't do presidents. Religion works, skin tone works, Native American works, disability works, race works, all of the rest of these work. So avoid the weapons and the president's ones, don't do that. But the rest of these should be great. And you just click through really quick quiz, and then I want you to screenshot the last screen where it gives you your results for the quiz. And then as a part of the assignment, you are going to, there it went, you're going to give me that screenshot as well as a couple of answers to a few questions. Did the result of your test surprise you? Do you think this bias actually exists? If you think it exists, what kind of changes can we make? That kind of thing. And then we are going to start the foundation for our essay. So I do want to try and take a shot at our thesis worksheet.
Mommy.
Sorry about that. You will be working on your thesis worksheet just because I want to get a look at that really early on and give you some feedback so that you can have a really strong thesis to drive your research. Because if we don't have a strong thesis, we may not be looking for like the right kind of articles. And since the next couple weeks are dedicated to research, I want to make sure you've got everything you need to be successful at that research right off the bat. So that's why I've asked for the thesis worksheet and your outline pretty early on. Because if I see those and I see maybe we're heading in not such a good direction, now is a really good time to like come in and help guide that process instead of waiting until you've spent hours and hours researching and then telling you like, no, that's not going to work. Because that would suck, right? So I want to make sure that your time is used really well and wisely because I know how valuable our time is. So make sure that you're doing that thesis worksheet and that outline so that I can really help you make sure that's good to go for you. Because, guys, if we take a look, we are so close to being done. So that's this week. Next week you are working, it's all research and writing your essay. And then the following week, you're turning in your annotated bibliography. I'm going to talk about this more next week. That's basically just a journal of your research. And then you're turning in your project 3 essay on the 18th, and then it's finals week. Like, we are so close to being done, guys. We're so close. It's crazy how close we are. So hang in there. I know this is the point of the quarter where, like, we get tired. We get overwhelmed. We've been working so hard for so long. And it's easy to let that motivation lag a little bit, but I just want to encourage you, keep pushing forward. You're so close. You're really just so close. 3 weeks away in this class. We don't have a final in this class, so 3 weeks away and you'll be there. So hang in there. You've totally got this, guys. As always, reach out if you have any questions. Ooh, Charlie wants to say goodbye. And have a great week, guys.